Hello, Scorpio, and welcome back, Dragons. However, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis. I am a professional tarot reader and studying to become a professional Western astrologer. We're going to be taking a look at December 2023. These are bonus reads. I'm going to be taking a look at my Scorpio placements, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, okay? Keep in mind that if you have not already, please make sure that you do subscribe. And if you do subscribe, or if you're already subscribed, make sure you go ahead and hit that little bell notification so that way you can get notified every time that I go live or every time that I post a video. If you have not, make sure that you book a personal reading with me right up here, violettaalexis.com. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter as well. And let me know how you think that this is going to be playing out in the comment section for you below. Let me know how you think that this is going to be playing out for you in the comment section below. I swear I always fuck that one up. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at my Scorpios for December 2023. The first card that we have is Judgment in reverse. So this can be you feeling like maybe you misjudged someone or misjudged something, or maybe you feel like you're being misjudged in some way. For some of you, this is simply you really not wanting like something to resurface, or you not really wanting to revisit something. The challenge is going to be the karmic release in reverse. Okay, so this is making me feel like you're having to reconfigure something or bring something back from the past in order to let it go. But I feel like you're firing off on all cylinders. Like, this makes me feel like you really don't want whatever this is to happen. You don't want to revisit this. You don't want to see this person again. You don't want to do the thing. So let's go ahead and see the past. We have expansion in reverse. So you know, in the past you may have had an issue with like transformation or change, which is very unlike you. Then here we have the temperance in reverse for the near future, a little bit of impatience, feeling like something is off balance. What's going on in your mind is the magician. You're basically trying to figure out how to take your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities and make it work for you, so that way you can create the things that you do want. And then here we have the Seven of Cups. This is Venus and Scorpio, which is interesting because, in December, we're going to have Venus and Scorpio. I'm a Venus and Scorpio. So you guys are going to be feeling like maybe a little bit sexier, maybe a little bit more harmonious. You could definitely be attracting things, people, places, things to you at this time. But in the Seven of Cups here with your subconscious, this is like kind of living in an illusion of some sort, or there's something that's affecting your day-to-day life that you don't realize because it's literally coming from your subconscious. It could also be like a fantasy kind of thing. Then we have the Four of Pentacles for your advice. This would be just simply telling you to save your money. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Well, you have somebody that doesn't really like you or that disagrees with you, but what's new, right? Then you have No. That's interesting, for your hopes and or dreams. So I'm kind of feeling like this is, and fears. There's something that you don't want to relive or something that you don't want to revisit. That's what that makes me think of immediately when I saw that. Then you have the Hangman. Well, you're definitely going to be having like a different perspective. I also feel like you're going to be forced to let go of something. This is Neptune energy. If you're a Scorpio rising, you guys have had Neptune transiting your fifth house. And so this could be like letting go of a business, letting go of a lover, letting go of an old way of expressing yourself. And especially if you're a Scorpio rising, you guys have had Pluto going retrograde and direct in your third house of the way that you're communicating and the way that you're thinking. And then you're also going to have Mercury go retrograde there. So this is kind of making me feel like there's something that you're needing to let go when it comes to a sense of self-expression. So the theme for your reading is hidden inner strength and the Chariot. I'm kind of feeling like you have the balls or you have the audacity to face whatever challenge that you believe that is. And I feel like I'm getting like the 10 of Wands in reverse, where you're making something harder than it needs to be, or just the 10 of Wands in general when it doesn't need to be that hard. I think that when you finally like hit that line or are addressed with the thing, or you addressed whatever the thing is, I don't think it's going to be as bad as you think it is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and clarify. Tell me about that Judgment in reverse and that karmic release in reverse for my Scorpios. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It could just be something with finances, I was going to say. Could just be simply something with finances. You could be very much wanting to like focus on like love, right? You're going to be wanting to do that anyway because Venus is in your sign, right? So you're going to be wanting to focus on like love, creativity, arts, harmony, relationships, etc. But like, money's calling. And so I think it's something maybe financial. You guys are having Mars and the sun go through your second house if you're a Scorpio rising anyway. So there's a lot of like going and getting the money, but Mars can also like cut and sever like whatever house it's in, whatever planet hits. So there's something like happening where maybe you feel like your funds are being cut a little bit, even though you're very like being very focused on it. But it's something that you're supposed to look at so that way you can grow out of it, is what I'm getting. And with that Queen of Pentacles in reverse, just give it time. I think that there's maybe a little bit of insecurity, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about money. It can just be about your own sense of insecurities and you not really wanting to face those things, right? It's like, who the hell wants to face our insecurities? Literally, no one. That's why they're insecurities. So I feel like it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. So a little bit of love on yourself, you know, a little bit of TLC with yourself, and I think that you'll be fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at that expansion in reverse, which is in November. So this is November vibes. The Three of Cups in reverse. Ooh, the Temperance in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse. You have the Temperance in reverse up here. So I feel like whatever happened in November, I feel like it's coming up again. Now, of course, this could be something to do with this, where your energy is, where it's like the thing that you don't really want to face. But it can be whatever. This is making me feel like you were surrounded by people that weren't changing. You felt maybe like you were changing or you were evolving, but you may have felt like the mask came off about a person. Or you may feel like you saw right through somebody. They're not really who they say they were, right? They're not really who they say they are now. And this is something that maybe you tried to avoid for a while, but it's something that you realized you really couldn't. Now, I don't know what's transpiring now between you and this person or you and this group of people, but it seems like you were in a little bit of drama, or there was something you realized that you kind of maybe needed to make a hasty decision on because something was simply out of alignment with other people. So now I want to take a look at this future here with that Temperance in reverse. Tell me about that Temperance in reverse. The Four of Pentacles. Well, that's interesting because that's your advice. The Empress and the Hierophant in reverse. So I think that there's something that's not really aligning for you. We have Taurus, Taurus, Taurus 3 times. So for you guys, if especially if you're a Scorpio rising, there could be, because you know Taurus is would be your 7th house, and you have Jupiter and Uranus there. So there's been some like shakeups when it comes to your relationships. This is making me feel like you know who you are, or at least you're getting there. There are things that you're starting to value within yourself, and it's been a work in progress, is what this feels like. And you may have felt like you weren't able to evolve with a certain person around you or by surrounding yourself with a certain group of people. Once again, there's something that's out of alignment. Something doesn't align with your moral, religious, spiritual, philosophical, I don't know, something with your beliefs. And I think that you're like realizing that. And I think that you've realized that for a while, however. But now you're getting to this point where you're like, you know, hold fast. Because there's something that, like I said, is out of alignment or out of balance, something that you're simply losing your patience with. And you are holding back from whatever this is, because it's like you're not going to run straight to the thing that is throwing you off balance, right? You're not going to run into that thing. You're not going to keep associating yourself with that person, place, or thing. And I feel like that's just kind of where you're at. I will say this: be cautious of, you know, any kind of addictions or anything like that. I know that you guys have the South Node going through the 12th house right now. So any kind of addictions, any kind of old self-sabotaging behaviors, make sure that you're letting go of those things. And I don't know how you need to do it. I don't know if you just need to be more conscious and more aware of like the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis and how you're responding versus how you're reacting. But I feel like this is going to play a big role for you. Then we have the Magician for what's going on in the headspace. So tell me about that Magician. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups in reverse. You may feel like it's family. It could be family that you feel like isn't being very supportive of you, but I think the thing is that you're going to venture out anyway, or it could be a relationship, or you could feel like you missed some kind of opportunity, even though you have the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. You have the ability to manifest whatever it is that you want at this time, especially with Venus being in your sign. It's like you definitely have the ability to attract the things that you do want. Now, just because you're not getting support from a certain person or a certain group of people, or feel like they don't really actually have your back, that doesn't mean that you can't have your own back. So it's like if you know in your head that you have what it takes, but you're focused on what you didn't have and what you couldn't take in the past, or the fear of not being able to accomplish that thing, you're automatically losing because you're already putting yourself in that space. You're already worried about what could or couldn't happen when it comes to some kind of perceived failure. So it's like, take your shit, take your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, take your whatever tools that you have in order to make something happen, and actually put action into it. And I think that there's something about like maybe a little bit of a lack of confidence when it comes to that. Like maybe you feel like you're going to lose an opportunity, or that you have lost an opportunity, which has kind of killed your confidence. But keep in mind that the Page of Wands, he's trying to be the Queen or the King of Wands. Like he's eventually going to get there. He just has to put one foot in front of the other. But the point is taking that first step. So I feel like that's what you need to do. So let's take a look at that Seven of Cups for what's going on in the subconscious or the heart space. The Chariot. Oh, you want it. Oh, wow. I was going to say you want it all. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. You don't want to go back here. Some of you were very broke at one time, or maybe you are now, or there was something from the past that has completely traumatized you beyond belief. Like, even if it was like being broke, trust me, being broke can traumatize you. It'll make you like never want to go back there again. Like, you'd be willing to do some crazy shit. And I'm not saying that's what it is, but I think you have this ultimate fear of going back there. But what's interesting is that it seems to be the fear that sometimes drives you without you realizing it. When you're driven by fear, yes, you may get some of the things that you want, but it doesn't quite taste the same. It's like what they say, right? And like, sorry to my PETA people or whatever, but it was just the first thing that I thought of when like people would eat meat, right? Like, say they would want to eat lamb. And there were some people that would just like kill the lamb right there, and the lamb would be terrified, and you could taste it in the meat, right? Like you could taste it, and it kind of like spiritually poisons you a little bit because of the fear inside of the animal that you're eating. But there are other people that did it where it was like more of like a soft kill. Not that I like agree, like whatever, right? But it was more of like a soft, gentle kill. Like the lamb didn't know it was coming, right? And then the meat tastes different. So it's like, it reminded me of that. Like, what's driving you, and realizing how that actually changes things, even if it's slightly and you not actually realizing it. And so I think if you try to like find your confidence again when it comes to going after something, um you're going to realize that that actually changes everything. Like, it changes the game for you, because I think that you want everything. I mean, you guys have these fantasies. You have the 7 of Cups twice, which to me is like you have a fantasy of like having it all, that 10 of Pentacles. Some of you want money, and you're willing to go into the unknown. This is Venus and Scorpio. But Venus and Scorpio, it can attract crazy people, okay, or people that are obsessed with you. Trust me, I know. No, I'm just kidding. Right? But it can attract that, but it can also attract other things as well. And so I feel like there's a strong determination. Just be careful of where it's like coming from. Because, like, on your mind, you're thinking about the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities that you have. But look what's under that 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's that doubt. It's that hint of doubt, you know? So I don't know. The experience tastes different when the fear is driving it. So let's look at your advice for that Four of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. Can I have one more for that Four of Pentacles, actually? The Lovers in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Didn't I say that? And the Judgment in reverse again. It's that sense of not wanting to go back there. Not wanting. Didn't I say the Ten of Wands in reverse? And then we have the Judgment in reverse. This is like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to face this thing. But it's like, you are overthinking it, or you're overdoing it, or you're making it harder on yourself because you're allowing fear to take the wheel. And see, the thing is like, fear can drive you, absolutely, but it can only drive you so long, you know? And it's all about how we channel it, isn't it? Because if you think about it, like, fear can make a friend turn on you. And we look at fear as bad, right? But fear can also drive you a very, very long way to get to where you're going. It can kick in your instinctual survival skills as well. Money can also make a friend turn on you, right? But money can also get you a lot of the things that you want, but it can't get you everything that you need. And I don't know why I thought of that. I don't know why I thought of something like that. You may feel like the longer that you hold on to the fear and the longer that you allow that to like drive you, you may think that it's going to get you everything that you want, but it's not. I kind of want to say friends in unlikely places. Or you may find that what you actually want was driven by something else. Like what you want may be driven by fear and not driven to what your authentic self wants. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have whatever this thing is, even if it's like $1 million. I'm not saying that you can't have that. But for instance, right? I have a lot of trauma around my parents and feeling like I didn't get the validation that I needed as a child, as a teenager, even as a young adult, and even now. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up seeking that validation from the rest of the world, right? I ended up trying to seek it from everybody else because just because I didn't get in that one place, and I was doing that from a place of lack, and a lot of the times I got it, but I still felt empty. I wanted to be famous. I used to want to be famous so bad, and I realized I know exactly where that's coming from. And now I just don't care, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, of course I want to be successful. Like, I got 2 kids. Like, what the fuck, right? We're high maintenance over here. But you know what I mean? So let's take a look at that Three of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Wands in reverse. You be cautious with whoever that is, okay? Because I think you have somebody who doesn't agree with you just to not agree with you. Like, I think that you have a lot of good ideas, right? And you're like, I'm stepping out, I'm venturing out, I'm doing my thing, I'm trying to, brand new, I'm trying to get to be the queen or the king of wands, right? And then you have like a false king of wands. Right? He's like in reverse. I've already been there. I already know what I've done, right? Because the king of wands in the upright, he comes from humble beginnings. And he made something of himself. And that's why he is allowed to be a little cocky, but he's confident, you know? But the King of Wands in reverse, he hasn't come from humble beginnings. He's just arrogant and cocky for no reason, you know? And this is somebody who is like pushing away your ideas, somebody who's like, yeah, shut up. Like, you don't know more than me, blah, blah, blah. My advice to you is don't. Like, just don't even feed into it because I feel like you got a little bit of a hater here. Then we have no. There's that Three of Pentacles in reverse again. Well, I think you want to be appreciated for your ideas. I think that you want to be appreciated for what you bring to the table. And see, the thing is that you very well may be, right, at some point, whether that's love, whether that's whatever, right? But you have to understand that the higher that you go or the more that you succeed, the more problems that you will have. It's just in a different way. I'm not saying that you won't have problems if you don't get the thing. Absolutely you will. But with this side of things, it'll just be a different set of problems, right? Because it's like, let's say you're trying to get that money, right? You're trying to get that money, you're trying to get that million or whatever, right? And once you actually start making moves, that's when people come for you. That's when people try to destroy you. That's when people try to ruin your reputation, things like that. And when you're not, they don't give a fuck because you don't have anything that they want, you're not competition, right? So I feel like you're playing in a field where other people have been playing before you, but it seems like you're ready to succeed. And I think that you have some naysayers is what this looks like to me. Because keep in mind, this is you. This is your theme. Hidden inner strength in the chariot. This is like fearless. I think that people are going to be underestimating you. Yep. And then look, we have that King of Wands in reverse again. People are going to underestimate you this month. And then you're going to realize they should have estimated you. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. That was from The Office. Sorry. Okay. So then we have the Hangman. Ooh. Oh, somebody else is giving you a perspective. The Page of Swords in reverse, the Fool in reverse. Give me one more on that Hangman. The King of Swords. I think you got other people giving you a perspective on something. Like on what's going on. Like this makes me feel like you have somebody advising you, like people advising you, specifically masculine figures. Of course, this could be you. Keep that in mind. But this makes me feel like there's something that you're sacrificing because the Hangman can be about sacrifice. And didn't I say that? That Neptune in the fifth house? You're sacrificing something for the perspective, or you may be sacrificing something for another. Maybe it's a person, right? We have two people here. Could be. But I don't think you're trying to make any hasty decisions. It seems like you're definitely taking your time with whatever this is. But this place that you're going to manifest from, it's not coming from fear anymore. It's coming from perspective. I almost want to say, like, remember who you are. And I want to say, don't make any sudden movements, like with something. Like, don't like hang back, like sit back and hang. Because I do think that you have somebody like talking shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think you have somebody talking shit. Okay, just a little bit. No freaking way. No freaking way. Oh my God. That's crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So, um, so fear. Ask yourself if that's driving you, how does that change the scenery? If you're allowing fear to drive you, are you in the passenger? Are you in the passenger seat? And how is that going to change how far you go? That's the question. Freaking oh, wow, Scorpio. This is a great reading, honestly. So far you guys are my favorite reading. And I've only done all of the signs after you. So Maybe it'll stay that way, I don't know, but thank you guys so much. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you have not liked the video. It definitely supports my channel. Make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section so you can let me know how this December 2023 is playing out for you. And obviously hit the little notification bell. Some people don't get notified when I post a video or when I go live, so make sure that you guys do. Also, you can book a reading with me at violettaalexis.com. You can follow me on Instagram and you can follow me on Twitter. I love all of you so much, Scorpio, and have a good December. Bye.